team that we beat today, and our guys made some plays. I thought our guys did a pretty good job up front. We kept the quarterback clean. We were able to run the football effectively, and so that was good offensively. Defensively, we knew this was going to be one of these games that they were going to get some yards at times, but the plan is to make them have to kick field goals when they got down there in the red area. I thought we did a good job of doing that. Played good red zone defense, and so the difference I think really was we were able to kind of score touchdowns on our drives, and we forced them to have to kick some field goals, and so I think that was a big part of the game. But obviously excited about getting the win against a good football team, and yet it's week 2 of the season. So we still have a lot of things that we have to improve on. We'll get back to work tomorrow and start planning on Philadelphia.
Yeah, you got to get a closer look at it, kind of really go into detail. But what were some of the keys to keeping their pass rushers just in check and not allowing them to become a huge factor in this game?
Yeah, well, look, I think part of it was we were able to run the football, and when you're able to run the ball and you're able to put yourself in manageable, situations, you're not having to get into a drop-back passing mode where they can just unleash their pass rush. I think Clinton, the guys, had a good plan, for how they wanted to protect, in the passing game, and I think our offensive line did a good job executing.
Dennis, you've known Derek Carr for a long time. Is there something, or what would you identify as what it is about this offense that he seems so comfortable and relaxed in this offense? Is there something?
Yeah, look, I think I think he's been freed up a little bit in terms of not having to control every single thing on the line of scrimmage. He's able to really go out there and play. And I think, quarterbacks tend to play better when you're able to run the football effectively. And our offensive line has done a good job of protecting him. And I think that's always been the case, is I feel like when Derek is able to, be protected, then he's pretty good at throwing the football.
What do you make of Alvin?
I thought he was awesome again. Yeah, I thought really good. I thought he ran the ball well. Thought he ran the ball physical. Caught the ball on the screenplay. Like, there was a lot of good things that I saw. I think he's playing really good football for us.
He was pretty adamant when training camp began that he wasn't necessarily an aging running back, that he felt fresh. Is that something you needed to see from him going into the season, or did you kind of agree with that?
I never felt like he was an aging running back. I felt like he was still an explosive player, and I think we're utilizing him in a way that allows him to, be effective. I think he's still one of those guys that if you create some space and he's able to operate in space, I think he's pretty good. But yeah, I thought he ran the ball well, and I thought caught the ball well out of the backfield.
And so how close was Talifuaga this morning, and Willie won't play, and how do you think he did out there?
Yeah, I don't know. I think once we kind of got to the stadium, we felt like he was, going to be good to go. You never really know with a back. Sometimes that thing can flare up and cause some problems. And any of you guys that ever had, back issues or whatever, it's something that it's hard to kind of play through. So, but I thought he did a great job of playing through it. And for a rookie to really not practice during the week, and I can't tell you exactly how he played, but I'd say the fact that we were able to run the football and protect the quarterback, that I'd say he probably did okay.
Big post to Shaheed again. Looked like it was the first play of the drive.
Yeah, I thought protected it up. Shaheed ran by him. Derek put it in a perfect spot. Kind of the way you draw it up.
Yeah, it looks like you guys got these. Obviously the team's really sharp, executing well. Early in the year, a lot of people talk about it being sloppy. That's not the case. What are you guys doing as coaches that kind of just has it so dialed in?
Yeah, I think it's twofold. I think it's being detailed with the plan and exactly what we're trying to get accomplished, why we're trying to do things a certain way, and holding guys accountable to doing it that way. And I think when our guys see that they have success with that, then they begin to believe in the message and believe in the system and believe in the things that we're teaching. And then you get that cohesion that you really need to be effective as a team. And so, yeah, I mean, I think our guys know that if we play the way we're capable of playing and do the things that we know that we have to do for us to be successful, I think they believe that gives them a great chance to win.
Yes, I'm sure Derek Carr worked diligently all season, both years he was here, but he talked about how tirelessly he worked to make sure he didn't start slow in a new system. Is there anything you saw in his approach that really stood out to you?
Well, look, he's always worked hard, so I mean, that's not anything new. I think as much as anything, Derek's been so much more visible around the building. A lot of times guys, especially as you get older and you have kids and families and all these kinds of things and other things that kind of pull at you, there's with the iPads and all this stuff, you can kind of do your preparation at home. And yeah, you can get yourself ready, but there's something about everybody kind of seeing everything the same way. And there's something about everybody seeing, our best players in the building, watching tape and studying and getting themselves prepared. It's hard if you're a young guy or somebody like that, when you see a Derek Carr or an Alvin Kamara, one of these guys that's, in the building preparing, it's hard for them to think that it'd be anything less than acceptable for them to be doing that.
Dennis, this was a place that this team had won 16 straight regular season games here. You mentioned how your team was ready to play. I mean, could you sense, that this was, I don't know, maybe we talked about this being a big test for the team coming in.
Look, this was a good football team that we played, and we were certainly ready to go play the game. And yet, I don't think we looked at this as anything other than this is the next opponent on our schedule, and really it's about us. It's about us going out and doing the things that we know that we can do for us to be successful, and that's really what we focused on. And yeah, it's a really good football team that we just played, and so hopefully our team will gain some confidence with that.
What was the plan with seeding Land today, especially with Marshawn being out?
Yeah, well, we knew that we had to try to take him away. I mean, obviously he had the one big play in the game, but other than that, I thought we did a pretty good job on him of trying to take him out of the game. I think trying to eliminate this is a really explosive offense, and trying to eliminate the explosive plays, knowing that there's a chance that they can move the ball, and then how do we do a great job down there in the red zone and make them have to, kick field goals. I thought we were able to do that today.
How close was Marshawn to being able to play today?
Look, he wanted to play. That was really my decision, and it really boiled down to, I didn't want to risk what we think might be potentially, a 1 week deal, and him go out there, and now all of a sudden we turn 1 week into, 4 weeks. So that was a decision that I made, and he wanted to play. I think he was a little pissed at me that I didn't let him play.
Did you run out of game balls?
Huh?
Did you run out of game balls after?
We haven't gone through that yet, but it was certainly a good win for our team.
Do you have any updates on Taysom?
Taysom had a chest injury, yeah, I think they took him for some extra evaluations. So he went to the hospital to be evaluated further. I think more precautionary, but we'll see how that goes.
In what sense they're making sure?
I don't really know exactly, to be honest with you. I just know chest injury, and they wanted to make sure that they went in and evaluated it further, maybe some more imaging. Okay, all right, thanks, guys.